The quick answer to that is probably not. The long answer to that is that why are we allowing them to be lazy? What are the rules of the household? What are the boundaries set up? Do we let them be lazy on one day and not lazy the next day? My dad was interesting in that if I went to bed early at night on Saturday morning, he would let me sleep late. If I stayed up late Friday night, Saturday morning, he had me out of bed at 7 o'clock. What are the boundary issues? What do you allow? Do you allow them to sit on the couch and watch TV? Do you allow them to go to their room and do nothing? Or do you have chores? A lot of times I have parents coming in saying, well, I have them do this, this, and this, and I go, whoa, sorry, child, you got to do all these chores. But you know what? That child is learning things that you can't be taught in a book, that are not taught at school. That's what the idea of being lazy is all about. And teaching somebody is, how do we teach them to be interactive? How do we teach the value of going and doing something? What's the reasoning for going out and mowing the grass or cutting the grass and cleaning it up? I had heard a great talk by an individual that said, I learned everything my dad could teach me about business from mowing people's yards. I went to the father and I said, can I cut the neighbor's grass? He's going to pay me $5. Sure, you can do that. That would be fine. Okay, well, great. Then, all right, and I said, well, whose lawnmower are we going to use? I thought maybe ours. I said, well, who's going to put gas in it? I thought maybe you were. No, I'll rent it to you, and you go pay for the gas, but you also need to put out flyers, and you need to find somebody to help you. What do you mean somebody to help me? You got to find somebody that works with you. So what did the individual learn? He learned that that employees don't show up all the time, that his friend that was helping him didn't always complete the task and he had to come behind him, that he could make extra money. They both made $5 an hour. He would pay the other guy $4 and he'd make $1 off him. So he learned business from that. He learned he had to rent the equipment. He had to get the gas to go put it in. He had to put out flyers. People then wrote recommendations and testimonials. He had to go back and do things that weren't finished. Wow, all from cutting the grass, yes. Are those lifelong traits learned? Yes, they are. Is he being lazy? No. How do I get my kid to do that? Well, maybe there's a value in doing that because you're going to get paid. Maybe I'm not going to give you the money to go to the mall every time. Maybe I'm not going to pay for your car insurance. Maybe I'm not going to pay for your gasoline. Maybe I'm not going to buy you a new car, even though it's old. You're going to pay for half. Maybe I pay for half for the bicycle out front, because then if we have both shared in that payment of the bike, you'll go get it and bring it out of the rain. All these types of things. You can be very much interactive with your kids and you can help them. And I have certainly had my boys work for me, but they work for me and they get paid a minimum wage. I never believed in allowances. Why? Because an allowance to me is a gift. No, they've got to earn it. They got to go out and earn it. Even as adults, I give them loans. They have to pay them back. Why? Because that's part of the learning process, part of accountability, part of them working so that they're not lazy. Again, value, it's got to have value, it's got to have relevance, it's got to mean something to them. We do all that, they'll be fine.